All right, people, Mr. Wright here with Lesson 5 for the alto saxophone. For the whole exercise, we'll be only using one pitch, the low G on the saxophone, 1, 2, 3, of the left hand. Of course, your right hand's just down here with the thumb under the thumb rest. But as we look to this lesson right here, I've got the fingering once again written underneath that first note, the low G, on that second line from the bottom. This first note is a whole note. That's its note value, how long we hold it. The pitch is named G, but how long we hold it is called the note value. We're going to hold it out for 4 beats right here in this time signature. There's 4 beats every single measure. So it's a whole note. It takes up the whole measure. Think of it as our standard complete note. In the next measure, there's a whole note rest that takes 4 beats of silence. So a whole note, 4 beats of sound, whole note rest, 4 beats of silence. In our minds as we're playing, we have to count those 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we go back and forth. All right? So let's try number 1 right here. I've got my metronome set to 90 beats per minute to kind of push things on a little bit faster. And I'm going to try to hold the saxophone away from the microphone so I don't blow you out here. Right, here's number 1. And a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And I began each note by slightly taking the tip of my tongue and touching just underneath the side here, not on the tip, but just right under there to start that note, that frequency. Now, number 2, we have half notes. These half notes only take up half the measure. They're 2 beats apiece. If we go ta, ta, for 2 beats apiece, and then followed by a whole note rest. Let's try number 2 now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, number 3, these are quarter notes. They take up 1/4 of the measure, 1/4 of the measure. So we go ta, 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 ta. In our minds, we're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4. And that way, you don't really have to look at every single little note in the measure. You can just kind of read the whole measure as like a word. So you just go ta, 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 counting to 1, 2, 3, 4 in your mind. So let's try number 3. And a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we start to mix up the different types of note values. We've got quarter notes that are only 1 beat apiece, followed by half notes in this next measure that only receive 2 beats apiece. Then quarter notes again, and then a whole note. So the 3 different types of note values here in this exercise. Number 4 here, ready? 1, 2, 3. Notice that I didn't take a breath until I got to this little breath mark right here at the end of measure 4. So you want to just keep the notes flowing. Don't go two, 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 two. You don't want to do that because that will make you sound really young as a player. So you want to play all of this, the first 4 measures in one breath. Then number 5, so just a different variation. And remember, I don't write the counting underneath each measure this time. You're going to have to do that on your own now with number 5. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. I just did that one in one breath. Just felt like it. Don't know why. Number 6. Okay. Half note and a half note rest. Notice it looks a little bit different than a whole note. Notice it's sitting on top of the third line from the top, whereas a whole note rest, let's find one. It's dangling from the second line from the top. So that's how you can tell the difference between the two. But you really don't even need to know that. All you have to do is say, okay, this takes up the whole measure. It must be a whole note rest. And then down here, if it only takes up half the measure, it must be a half note rest. So that's really all you need to know. You can just look at the measure and say which one it is. So number 6, ready, and tighten up the neck strap just a little bit. You always want to make sure that the saxophone's coming to you. You don't want to crane down your neck to number 6, and you kind of use your right thumb to push it up into place. Number 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, and then number 7, just different combinations of things right here. So number 7, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay. Then we have quarter note rest in number 8. Ta rest, or 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So here comes number 8 with these quarter note rests. It looked like a little squiggly sign right there, but they receive 1 beat of silence. Number 8, and 1, 2, 3. This one's a little bit tricky right here because you go ta rest, ta 4, 1, 2, 3. So you have to count 2 beats of rest here in number 8 there after that little section. So then number 9, also a little bit strange, ta 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. So you have to pay attention and count these beats of rest. Number 9, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3. Then number 10, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. All right, so hopefully that will get you started on lesson 5 for the alto saxophone.